And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus Bertholot, step forward, please.
25-year-old Ashley Williams is suing her ex-roommate, 23-year-old Joseph Joey Bertholot, for unpaid rent on their shared apartment.
Williams, you and the defendant were friends and leased an apartment together. He moved out to go into rehab. Had a drug problem or a drinking problem?
Pain prescription pills.
You could not maintain the apartment by yourself. You broke the lease. And now the landlord is pursuing you for 7 months' rent. You want the defendant to pay half of that.
Correct.
When did you sign the lease?
We signed the lease in June of 2007.
When did you move out, sir?
It was November 2007.
When did you move out?
November 2007.
You moved out to go into rehab?
Yes.
Why did you move out?
I moved out because I couldn't afford to live there anymore.
How much was the rent?
$1,190.
Do you have any notification from the landlord that they are pursuing you for this money?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? Okay, sir. I'm prepared to hear your defense.
Okay. Starting from the beginning?
Well, you don't have to start back from your birth. You moved into the apartment June of 07. You moved out November of 07.
Correct.
The landlord wants, between the two of you, $7,840.
Correct.
Why should you not be responsible for half of that?
Well, when I moved out, I had developed a problem. I had been in several car accidents prior to that, and I was prescribed medications, and it just got to be out of control. And I kind of sat her down and said, look, I need to go get help. I'm going to move back in with my parents for now and check myself into rehab. And when I told her that, she agreed that it was more important than living together and, you know, the rent. And so we had an agreement that I was going to move out and she was going to ask her sister to move in with her and take my place.
You had an agreement that you would try to find somebody else.
Yeah, her sister. She had mentioned that her sister liked our place and maybe possibly thought about moving in. And
well, that's a possibility. Did that happen?
No, it didn't.
Didn't happen?
No. And so a few days later, she had left to go to LA to visit her boyfriend at the time. My mom came and stayed with me at the apartment, and then after that, I got all my things and left. When I came back and she was there, that's when she told me, look, I can't find anybody. I'm going to move out now. And so I told her, I said, I thought we were in agreement that you were going to have your sister move in.
No, there was no agreement, sir. You just said to me there was a possibility that maybe her sister would move in. But before you got all your things together and moved out, she told you that her sister wasn't moving in.
No, that actually happened afterwards. When I got my stuff and I came back for the last of my things.
Your stuff was still there. If the last of your things were still there, sir, you were still there. If you had a toothbrush there, you were still there.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you being sued? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
All right. She said there's a possibility I can get my sister to move in.
He also agreed to look.
She told you she couldn't get her sister to move in? You had a choice. You could have stayed in the apartment.
Yeah, I mean, but I did tell her.
When you left in November, where did you immediately go?
The first place I went was my mother's.
And how long did you stay there?
I stayed there for about a month, and then that's when I checked into rehab.
Did you finish rehab?
Yes.
You're okay now?
Yeah.
Great. You owe her half this money. I'm glad you went into rehab. I'm glad everything is great. I'm glad you recognized it. All of that is terrific. You can't leave somebody in the lurch because you had a problem.
I actually have proof that he's lying, if you would like that. He signed something when we moved out saying that he would be rent responsible as well as me until the apartment was rented.
I thought that was I was signing away saying that I don't have any more responsibilities to this apartment. I thought the agreement was saying that.
Specifically says
whether he did or whether he didn't. Charging for the plaintiff for the amount of $39.20. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I couldn't be more happy, actually. I'm finally getting the money I deserve.
Unfortunately, I went through some personal issues, and I was hoping that because of them, that I wasn't going to be responsible. I thought I wasn't in the end, but I guess I am.
I didn't know you had a drug condition.
I was actually in 7 car accidents within 3 years. Wasn't I? Well, I wasn't driving all of them, so.
I knew he had been in car accidents, but I never knew that he was going to be addicted to drugs.
I'm good. I'm good. Life is cool. I'm cool now.
I still care about him. I mean, that's most important is his health.
We were friends, and because of it, we're not as close anymore.
It didn't take away the fact that rent was due.
I do miss the friendship, so I do feel bad.
I hope that we'll just all be happy and move on with our lives.
Maybe in the future we'll be able to, get back together and, have a friendship again.
I don't think it's possible. You never know.